we go. Right. Start.
Ah, good. Now you understand the basics. We can begin in earnest.
Oh, can I?
Your hero is returned to his beginning.
I suppose I can start from the beginning
Our
again,
decks are
game.
set. Welcome to the cabinet.
Bollocks.
Home of
Oh well,
members
I'll just have to
of
continue where I left off when I tried the game out. Choose your next opponent. Can I do the Jack of Dust again, maybe? Deck builder. I've never done this before, so I'm a bit confused, to be honest. But hey, whatever. Recommended equipment and encounter deck. I guess so. Your decks have been updated. So this is the equipment deck. Maul, Axe, Fortitude's Breath, Shield. So basically, this game's a bit weird. It's kind of like you're sat in a dungeon with a dungeon master playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons with cards in an actual dungeon in a fantasy game. It's very confusing, to be honest with you. But basically, you have like you have one half of the game which is like this, which is played like a card game almost, slash a game of Dungeons and Dragons, slash a choose your own adventure book. And then the other half of the game is this sort of Dark Souls slash Assassin's Creed style combat, like arena combat, which is quite fun. I like it so far. I will just go with this recommended stuff. I don't really have enough to play around with anyway, do I?
What brings you to play the game? I know you will not tell me. Like all the rest, you are silent.
I was gonna tell you, dude. Jeez. Well, I won't, because you've been a cocky arsehole. Bloody dungeon masters, eh? Anyway. We got Captain of the Guards.
I always thought it was best to avoid the problems of others. I see you have no such concerns.
Well, the reason I say Assassin's Creed style, I suppose it's not really like that. It's more like Arkham City style, I suppose, actually, because it has this whole counter system where you can counter an enemy's attack. You know.
There's a token in it for you if you win.
This game really reminds me of those fighting fantasy choose your own adventure books, specifically the I can't remember what they were called. There was a series of 4 of them. I think they were called Sorcery or something like that. And it had illustrations in it, these beautiful fucking illustrations in it, in amongst all the actual text in the books. And it looked just like these cards. Anyway, you hear a shout from up ahead and the sounds of battle racing forwards. You discover a warrior surrounded by undead. 2 of skulls, which means we're going to be fighting 4 skeletons in total. Broken bones litter the area around the man, but there's still some more closing in on him. He appears to be badly injured. Stranger, he calls out as he throws his weapon to you. Here, take my mace and put an end to these monstrosities. We got a mace. Sweet.
It's a lump of iron on a stick. Not terribly subtle.
Equipment with this trait strikes fear into the cold hearts of the undead. They sustain more damage and may not be resurrected around such holy relics. Shit, well that sounds like it's probably a fucking necessity.
Right approach.
Yeah, let's skip all weapons. Right then, so I can't remember what any of the controls are. This is not going to end well. I don't have a shield either, which isn't helpful. Smack. Come on. There we go. Gothic is a game that reminds me of that exact example, Totem Commando. Fuck me. You go straight to the main starting settlement, take a left, and you will instantly get destroyed by a level 50 billion dinosaur. It's completely insane, is that game. I'd love to stream that at some point, but it seems to have some sort of issues on modern OS, you know, operating systems, even with the GOG version, sadly. But, yeah, that game was kind of cool. It's a bit weird, though. Stops around to look around at the bone fragments. More of these here than I suspected. Some new horror must have decided to settle in these parts and brought its minions. Let's head back to the capital and report this to the Duke. Watch your step, friend. There is something more powerful at work than just these skeletons. The card's token is now yours.
Token is yours. Well done.
Choose your next card. Ta-da. Goblins. Being stout and meek, goblins know they cannot use strength or fear to survive. They rely on more mischievous methods. They steal from you when you're asleep and escape through magical portals. Scavengers of the earth tell tales of the hidden vaults that these goblins hide their ill-gotten loot in. Their portals are made by dark magic, unkind to all but themselves.
Win this and claim my token.
One night you awaken to find your belongings being rifled through by goblins. As soon as they notice you stirring, they run away with your weapon. They have also stolen some of your food and gold. Oh, fucking wonderful. Although we are still getting a combat. Interesting. 2 of goblins. Now that's not a suit I've really kind of heard of before. Oh, I see how this works. I've got to hit the goblins before they run away with my stuff. It's kind of like that bit in Golden Axe. Oh, you little bastard. Oh. Just die. Playing dead. Not on. Come here, you. Right. Oh, I should put that in as a thing, shouldn't I? Someone's just reminded me I should put on the thing what game I'm playing. Dealt with your... Continue on your way, blah blah blah. Just 1 second. Now, how do I put text on here? Oh boy, like I said, XSplit's being crazy laggy right now. I don't know, add a game, screen region, media file, camera. More sources? Source plugin store. No, I don't want that. Fuck you. Ugh. How do I add text? This is a really simple thing. OBS, you can just add text like that. Click your fingers. That's like an option. Add text. Why can I not add text?
Take your time if you like. I've waited long enough.
Oh, shut up, Dungeon Master guy. God damn it. Oh, well, never mind then. I will have to figure out at a later date how the fuck you add text to XSplit. I thought that would be really easy, because it is in OBS. But I guess it isn't. Mm. Choose your next card. Choose, he says. There's only one I can pick from. Mr. Lionel.
I'm starting to wonder if you're simply leaving this card in as a quick way to get your hands on a shield.
You're right, matey, I am. Whilst enjoying your evening meal, local tavern, a strange old man takes a seat next to yours. That is a strange looking old man, holy shit. He taps your shoulder quite painfully. with his wooden staff to get your attention, and you notice that he appears to be a goblin, poorly disguised as a human. His wizened face grins at you with a hint of madness. My name is Mr. Lionel. If you give me what I need, boy, I will conjure up your heart's desire with this wizarding wand of my own creation. Ask him what he needs. Need? I need to help you. Mr. Lionel taps his staff on the ground and a shield materializes at your feet. There you go, old bean. He smiles a warm grin that reveals all his chipped and yellowed teeth. Your face reminds me of my son. I haven't met you before, have I? Shield.
A strong left
coming from a goblin, that's probably an insult.
Right arm, after all.
Stairs.
Bound once more, seeking the heart.
Take the stairs. That'll give us a new set of cards, I think.
Once again, you have reached the depths. Can you find your foe?
Ambush. A slight rustling behind you is all the warning you get that your life is in grave danger. Draw one monster card. 2 of dust. I think that might be 2 bandits, since it's of dust. Here we go, yep. Yeah, see when the icon appears above the head, I can counter. Like so.
I did not realize you were such a fearsome adversary.
Damn straight. Yeah. I like it, it's good fun.
You show some aptitude for the game. Perhaps this will not be as boring as I thought.
Yeah, it's not a real kind of serious RPG in the sense that you can roleplay and all that sort of nonsense. But it's a fun little thing that, you know, for someone like me who waxes really nostalgic about all those choose your own adventure books and things, I fucking love this. I think it's great. I am clearly the target demographic for this sort of thing. While searching the area for anything worth salvaging, you realize that one of the opponents is only pretending to be dead. Sneak up and kill him. Okay, we've got a 1 in 4 chance of failing this.
A choice. Select your desire.
Success. Sweet. A quick weapon blow to the head fixes that. You finish searching the area. The dealer draws you 3 gain cards.
I'm sure you're grateful for that.
Another shield. Wonderful. 5 food. 15 gold. Sweet. Yeah, I've got to admit, I missed playing tabletop games. I really do. There's a lot to be said for just being able to use your fucking imagination.
He lies as often as he tells the truth.
And instead of having a quest system or a dialogue system, you just have another human being sat across the table from you who can fucking just react to whatever mad shit you want to do, you know. Without having to have it pre-programmed. It's just, you know, you can't beat it. You really can't. I love computer RPGs. Love them to bits. I love my Skyrims, I love my Morrowinds, I love my Baldur's Gates, I love all of that shit, but, you know, tabletop RPG is really something quite different. Although to be fair, to be honest with you, I've never really sat down and played a game of Dungeons and Dragons or something with, you know, a bunch of proper role players.
Token if you succeed.
Sort of in the same sense that I am, at least. So it's always been a more casual thing with a bunch of mates, you know, where we just sort of screw around. And, you know, it was sort of almost a comedy affair, you know. Like, I remember one quest I did, and my reward was the string vest of Yates, which was literally just a string vest, and it did nothing. But it was my quest reward. Another guy got a novelty Osiris hat, you know, and that sort of shit, so. A cloaked devil appears in your path. I'm here to test your might, so-called hero. I choose your foe. Yeah. Oh god, what was the other thing? Yeah, I remember once, like, we went on a mighty quest to find the fabled gun. And this is obviously a medieval fantasy setting, so we were thinking, gun? Gun? What? This sounds amazing. We can't wait to get our hands on this thing. And we eventually got to the end of the dungeon and we found a shield, which turned out to be called Gun. That was its name. So, you know. Yeah, good times. Anyway, Cloaked Devil appears in your path. I'm here to test your might. Circle zero. Choose your foe. 3 of dust, 3 of dust, or 3 of dust. Spoilt the choice here, really. I'll take the 3 of dust, thanks. Oh crap, I thought I'd timed that right, guess not. Take that, foul brigand. Taste the wrath of my Mohican. Call of Dave did an Age of Empires multiplayer stream where he played against his viewers. It wouldn't be cool, I'm afraid, and I'll tell you why. It's because Age of Empires, the multiplayer is really dodgy and laggy and horrible. I did a collaborative thing with Variax ages ago. I think it was when I hit 20,000 subscribers. Or was it 30,000? I can't remember. One of the two. And we played a game of Age of Empires together. And it was just dreadful because we were getting like 17 frames a second in multiplayer for some reason. It's really quite bad. Yeah. That was just with 2 of us. I mean, imagine what it would be like with like a, you know, two teams of 3 or something. Terrible. Excellent, the devil cries, you have passed my cunning test, I have some treasure. It wasn't very cunning, was it? It was 3 cards exactly the same.
Now, hurry up. We don't have forever.
Will you shut up? Perhaps next time our paths cross, I will kill you myself. The dealer draws you 3 gain cards, and the token's mine. All mine! On armory. What do we get? Medium armor, nice.
Distinctly average. What do you expect me to say? Congratulations. Armor protects you from damage. Best armor, of course, does so much more.
I guess I am still in the tutorial-ish phases of the game. I can't blame him too much for explaining things, but yeah. Armor protects you from damage, you don't say. Traveling Tinker. In a shady grove off the beaten trail, you find a traveling merchant looking to trade with wandering adventurers. Tinkers sell items of all descriptions. Approach the shop. Greetings, wise traveller. I have much to offer you.
If you were wondering why you've been collecting all that gold, you now have your answer. We're starting to get into the meat of the game now. The back and forth between resources and rewards.
Jolly good. We got 56 gold, which I feel like should be a lot. I guess it isn't. We got Damocles. During combat, press right bumper to throw knives in 8 cardinal directions. Whoa, nice. What is that? Is it a shield of some kind? I think it is. Chains of Rage. During combat, strikes sustained from bows and wands have a chance to restore your cooldowns. Axe. Healing cap. Any healing that the player receives is doubled. Fuck yeah. Give me that.
Increasing the effect of one sort of magic with another. All you need is a channel for power, and it's simple enough.
We are more than good enough for food. I guess we could sell our spare shield for a grand total of 3.
Challenges back in their faces.
Guess I want to leave the shop. Jack of Dust.
Again, you face the Jack of Dust. Press on. Do not give up this early.
Alright, here we go. Oh, I got my little healing cap on, sweet. Kinda want to get this guy out of the game, if I can. I don't know if that's going to be possible, though, until I've killed his minions. And I can't block his attack, you know, parry his attacks. If I try to, it will damage me, so... Oh, flawless victory. Fuck yes. Hello, Tea Time. Look at that beard. Oh.
Down into the worms with him. Perhaps there is peace for him in the grave, poor soul.
Two maces. Oh, yay. Wonderful. Time heals and goblins. Devil's Wager. Okay.
Shall we deal again? Even my weakest opponents seem to be getting the better of you.
I'm sorry, what?
I do like a challenge.
You absolute cunt. I just beat the Jack of Dust without taking any damage. You glib little sod. Right. Let's have a go at the Jack of Skulls. 3 times 2 of skulls, 3 times supplies.
Time for you to face my undead army. Meet the Jack of Skulls.
GI's recommended equipment. Yeah, well, why not? I suppose I could throw Devil's Wager in there somewhere. That wouldn't be such a bad idea, would it? Local Peasant is a card. It's really good. Yeah, we've got Devil's Choice in there. Mr. Lionel I want, because I want Shield. The Maiden's a good one. Twisted Canyon. Ambush. Ambush is really easy, so I might leave that in. Winding Trail. Goblins. I could do without goblins. That lot were annoying. But then again, they were also quite easy, so... Maze of Traps sounds like it's something I could do without, so...
Some cards are locked and cannot be removed from your deck.
Oh, you're joking. Fine. Let's ditch the Winding Trail and add Devil's Wager. Look at me talking about it like I know what I'm talking about. Just fucking ridiculous. Get rid of the river. There we go. I've played fucking Oregon Trail. I know rivers are bad news. Yeah. I think I've already done the deck builder stuff. Let's start game.
I will add my own cards to the deck. How boring life would be without a little spice. You play for life and death. Prepare yourself.
The name of this game, Famguy210, is I can't put text on exploits, and it's really annoying me because otherwise I'd be able to tell you. I'd be able to put it up on the screen what the name of the game was, but no. The Maiden. A. Nice. It's like a repeat of my fucking Talisman playthrough with the others. It's a real bloody shame I couldn't put Talisman up in the end, actually, my recording of it. But unfortunately, the whole thing fucking just desynced like mad, and half the recording was missing somewhere. I tried to record it with Marilis Action in desktop record mode as opposed to game record mode, and it just buggered up the entire thing. So, yeah. That's annoyed me a bit for quite some time that I wasn't able to put that up in the end, but never mind, you know, if you wanted to watch it, you probably already did, because you watched Variax or Zemolf's or Pem's recordings of it, so... Ask for longer life, supplies, gold. Gold. I've got plenty of everything else. Nice. Mr. Lionel, jolly good. Brilliant. Ask him what he needs. Shield for the win.
With practice and good timing, you can reflect ranged attacks. Head downwards, if you dare.
No, I don't want to go down yet. There's another card.
Your journey is well begun.
Twisted Canyon. I believe this... Yeah, you see a weapon glinting in the sunlight. I've had this one before. Lying next to a skeleton at the bottom of the canyon. That's... What the hell? Why not? What's life without a few risks? Success! Very carefully, you make your way to the bottom of the canyon. You retrieve the weapon from the ancient corpse. Draw one weapon card. We got a mace. Versus our rusty axe. Yeah, I'll take that. Choose your next card. Now the stairs.
Deeper towards our foe. Many have reached this far. Further, in fact. I do not know if you have what it takes to do better than they did. Though I admire his ilk, I live by very different rules.
Cloaked devil appears in your past. Path, even. Herpadope. 2 of skulls, 3 of dust. This is one of his cards, isn't it? I'll take his 2 of skulls.
More skeletons for you to deal with.
Oh. Right, okay, I had that backwards. I have to fight the ones that I... Oops. Let's get rid of the squishy bandits first. You know, the ones that won't resurrect themselves. Sweet. Excellent, the devil cried. You passed my cutting test. Have some treasure. Supplies. Chains of Rage.
An excellent way to turn an injury into an asset.
Defense medium, I'll take it.
You.
More food. Nice. We're doing good. We're doing good. Maze of traps. Oh boy.
A cave, traps, and the hope of treasure.
You found a goblin treasure cave. Will you enter? Why not? Are we going to get a trap dodging mini game? Yeah, we are, aren't we?
Now we begin to raise the stakes. The arena itself will fight against you. Beware of my traps.
This looks pretty straightforward. You know a game that has really, really horrifically terrifying flame traps? Divinity Original Sin. Seriously, that game is horrifying. Whoa, okay. Right, I have to roll across those, got it. I'm going to lose so much health doing this, this is really stupid. What in the world? If in doubt, roll across it. Ooh. Make like a fish, roll. Everywhere. Oh boy. Hey, treasure, come here. I still need to play Divinity Original Sin properly, Rich. I really do. I've barely played any of it, to be honest with you. And by barely, I mean I sunk about 5 or 6 hours into it, but obviously never got out of the starting area, so... But, you know... I'd stream it, but we've got enough to be going on with that as far as streaming's concerned, so... Fallout 3 and Baldur's Gate is enough for now. Well, you know, to be going on with anyway. Health. Alright, we got some health back from what we stupidly lost.
It's only a momentary respite. Take the token. It is yours.
Shop. I have a fair amount of gold, so yeah, let's do it. Buy items. Medium armor. Explorer helmet. Reveals stairs encounter upon entering a level and grants a gold bonus for revealing every encounter on a level. We know where the stairs are because this one's a linear one, so we don't need that really. Fortitude's Breath. Every third encounter does not consume food. Press B button to shield bash a target, stunning it. I will take that. That's pretty cool.
A shield for the marathon, not the sprint. Interesting choice.
And, got anything worth selling? I will hang on to the regular shield for now. Food. No, we're good for food as well. I've got to say this is pretty easy so far, but I imagine it gets harder as we go on. Much harder. But on the bright side, you know, I don't necessarily consider it a bad thing. You know, it's nice to just chill and play. You don't have to, you know, play total hardcore mode all the time. You know, I can just sit back, relax. You know, kill a few goblins and a few bandits and skeletons, and look at the chat, and you know, whatever. It's cool. Goblins, speaking of.
Goblins. I do love goblins. Truly, I haven't seen their like in years. Excellent.
Yeah, Shivering Isles was pretty cool, I have to admit. I mean, you know, who knows really? I mean, if the streaming thing turns out to be a really big success and turns out to be really good, I might start doing much more of that in the long term, you know? Oh, he's dead. Where's the other little scrote with my bag? There we are. You know, I could see myself doing a lot more series live rather than recorded as in a Let's Play format. Because ultimately, streaming seems to be the way things are going these days rather than YouTube, because YouTube just, every opportunity it gets, it just wants to fuck you in the arse when you're a Let's Player. That whole thing where I couldn't put the intro cutscene from Morrowind in the video is a case in point, really. You know. The goblin threat dealt with, you continue on your way. I mean, if I became a Twitch partner and I had actual subscribers paying the $5 a month thing, I would earn more per stream than I do per video on YouTube by a country fucking mile, let me tell you. So, yeah.
Were you hoping this was the end? No. Another floor awaits. Good. Now all you need to do is find and kill the Jack of Skulls, and we can progress.
Yes. Let's do things. Buy things. Plunderer's Cap. When you draw supplies, instead draw 2 and pick 1. Ooh, not bad. Hearn's Antlers. Lizard men take double damage from the player's attacks. Dragon Ring. While dragon relics are equipped, receive plus 50% max health. Alchemical Silver. Press the right bumper to attack faster with each successful strike. The longer your combo, the more explosive the reaction. Tempting. I think I want the Plunderer's Cap.
The power of a prophet. Choose your fate.
That's cool. We'll keep all that. What do they have here? Dead King's Hall.
Greed. If it were not for greed, then who would play at this game?
You see an ancient ornate coffin in the main burial chamber. It may hold spectacular wealth, but it will be surely guarded. Draw 2 monster cards. Attempt to take them by surprise. Oh boy. Failure. I knew it. Attempt to take them. You are spotted as you approach and the creatures ready themselves for combat. Oh well. Since someone just mentioned the Fighters Guild, I feel it necessary to point out that I have decided lately that the Fighters Guild is probably one of the most poorly fucking designed quest lines in Morrowind. It is a guild for fighter characters, correct? And yet, most of the quests involve you using speechcraft. It's something I hadn't really noticed until playing it lately and remembering all the quests you have to do, especially for the Balmora Guild. There is a ridiculous number of quests where you have to go off and persuade someone to give you something. You know, I think it's a bit daft, to be honest.
I'm sure you are grateful for that.
It's not as if speechcraft is even one of their, like, required skills, either, for the guild, you know. It's dumb. It's silly.
Artifacts provide powerful special abilities to use in combat, but it takes time to ready them.
I'm liking the Plunderer's Cap, by the way. This is pretty sweet. Bandit attack. Lovely.
Our bandits are displeased with your challenges.
Group of bandits suddenly attacks. The King of Dust isn't happy about you killing his men. Draw 1 monster card. 3 of dust. Ah, this'll be fine. Oh god, I forgot what this artifact does. I'm failing so bad. Oh yeah, the replica weapons in Oblivion, those were fucking hilarious. There was like, just, you finally get those things, those cases open, and it's like, replica weapon. Does like 1 damage. That was the thing about Oblivion, that was really like a big culture shock going to that game after having played Morrowind for years, it really was. Because I remember when I first played Oblivion, I spent absolutely goddamn forever running around in Ayleid ruins trying to find a suit of Elven armor. Because I'd seen screenshots of the game, and I decided that Elven armor was my favourite. It looked awesome, and I wanted a set of it. And, you know, in Morrowind you could do that. You know, you pop off into a Daedric ruin, chances are you might find a bit of Daedric loot, you know. And so on and so forth. You know, that kind of logic applied, but because everything was scaled to your level in Oblivion, I must have cleared dozens and dozens of Ayleid ruins, and never found a single piece of Elven armor until I reached, you know, like level 12 or so. Pissed me off, that did. Let's have the 5 food.
One of my cards. A small benefit. I will not be so graceful for long.
I really want to see what... Mercenary contract. Right, once per combat, press right bumper to activate an aura that makes every successful strike drop gold. That's what it does. Okay. Ambush.
Again, the surprise attack.
2 of skulls.
Notes you must wear thin on subsequent travels.
I got a different helmet on. It looks like I've got a different helmet on. Could be wrong. No, that is definitely the Plunderer's cap. Okay, I was just a bit confused. The crazy blue effects made it look like it was made of metal. Sneak up and kill him. You watch me fail this miserably. Oh, thank God for that. Medium armor.
Middle of the road in every way.
I'll take the 5 food, thank you.
Ah, one of my food cards. Well done, and good luck to you.
Ooh, map. Oh, well, of course. That's real helpful when there's only 1 card left. Jeez. I kind of knew that one was going to be the Jack of Skulls game. Thanks. Whatever, never mind. That's the inherent risk with randomness. I've seen the 3rd Hobbit movie. I thought it was quite good. It's obviously not as good as Lord of the Rings, but, you know, I still think they're quite fun films.
Of all the players in the game, these are the most dangerous in the world, yet in no natural form. A wrongness, an error, cheating.
Yeah, you know, I'm kind of biased since The Hobbit is possibly my favourite book of all time, so... This tenacious undead is unusually difficult to lay to rest. In addition to sheer strength, the skeleton has the power to revive recently defeated skeletons in its close vicinity. Serving as captains to squads of lesser skeletons, these unholy abominations strike fear into the hearts of all warm-blooded folk, for until this fiend is defeated, their legions are effectively endless. Oh, this is going to be a fun fight, I can already tell. The thing about the 3rd Hobbit film is that it was a surprisingly grim kind... It had it's a really kind of unexpected, but not necessarily bad, kind of really grim and slightly depressing anti-war vibe to it, you know.
Shots from rifles cannot be deflected. You would do better to avoid them. Are you agile enough?
He's mocking me. How do I... There we go, that's how I get damage on it. Oh. I need a holy mace, really, for this fight, but I don't have one. Well, at least he's dead now. Take that, Jack of Skulls. Fucking asshole with your blunderbuss. Are these pirate skeletons? They look like pirate skeletons. Right, is that it? I think that's it. Oh yeah, we have to go pick up the thing. I forgot. Because here's the thing, I mean,
Well done.
the original
Well done
Hobbit,
indeed. But
when
you
you had the Battle of the Five Armies and all that sort of thing
and even I
going
cannot
on,
say what will come of it.
could you shut up for a minute,
Now
Dungeon Master?
our wager becomes more interesting.
The original Hobbit had this weird sort of political subtext, which was all related to like the First World War. That's what the Battle of the Five Armies is very much a metaphor of. Tolkien's experience in the trenches in the First World War, where you've got all these upper-class snobs all battling over, you know, the gold in Erebor, essentially. And that's very much, even though he always denied that his books were based on anything from real life, it's a pretty clear parallel to make. So, yeah, it's a children's book, but there's a lot going on under the surface in that, and I'm really glad the film actually picked up on that a bit. Come on, Smaug's death is pretty fucking amazing. I love how that was basically the intro to the film. Crucible, Queen of Dust, Helpful Priest, and Desert Storm. I can't see the words Desert Storm and not like feel like there ought to be Black Hawk helicopters and Abrams tanks in that card somewhere. Yeah, the third film is literally just one fucking gigantic battle sequence, really. Which I don't think is a bad thing at all. Helm of Reflection, Consuming Shame, Angel's Wing, Frostfang.
Shall we deal again?
That reminds me, I found a Falmer sword in Morrowind during the Let's Play at some point. I can't remember which episode, but I found a fucking Falmer sword. Was not expecting that.
Another round.
Doesn't look much like the Falmer swords in Skyrim, though, I have to admit. I wonder what Endless Mode actually is. I mean, I haven't unlocked it, obviously, but... I don't think he explicitly said that he based it on that classic. He might have done. I guess I could be wrong, but I think it was very heavily implied, if nothing else. But yeah, it's a remarkable amount of that whole Lord of the Rings mythos and the stories within it that is based off his experience in the First World War. And you know what? I don't blame him one bit, because I don't think I could survive through something as horrific as that and not have it pretty much affect everything I ever made and did afterwards. You know? Queen of Dust. Do I want to go ahead and do the Queen of Dust? I suppose I might as well. Moneybags. Because in combat, the player's movement speed is reduced by how much gold they possess. Oh boy. That's an interesting one. Challenges 3 Rockfall, 3 Good Fortune.
A bold woman, this one. She did not collapse when the Empire did. No, she took up arms, organized her people, and vowed that in a country where death had gathered, she would be the one dealing it.
Alright, let's have a look what we've got here. That's a good mix. I don't have like 4 axes in here or something ridiculous like that. Although I can maybe do with at least 1 axe, maybe. I've got a lot of helmets in here, you see. Maybe we should ditch a helmet. Let's get rid of the healing cap and we'll add an extra axe. Or a sword, actually, why not? There we go. What about the encounters? I think we'll just leave it as is.
Now we play for the cup, the first of my symbols.
This is just choose your own adventure. Not completely Arrowface. I'm assuming you've just got here. It has this choose your own adventure sort of bit to it, like we're watching now. But when you get into combat and stuff like that,
I've added some cards to spice up the game.
you go into a sort of Arkham
In
City
addition
/
to
Dark
the
Souls
pain
style
and game
combat
decks,
system
there are
versus
now
multiple opponents.
blessings and curses. Choose your steps carefully.
Movies is a hard word for me to say. I sometimes call them movies, but mostly I just call them films. But that's just because that's an English thing. To us, they've always been films. The films. Go to see a film, you know, rather than go to see a movie. Movie's an American term. And, you know, that's fine since, you know, America has Hollywood and shit, and practically invented the concept, I suppose. And movie is in very many ways a more specific term than film, because obviously film can mean a bunch of things. So, Mr. Lionel, brilliant. It's like the first card I get. Give me that shield.
Now you can counter opponents if your timing is right.
And the maiden, sweet. We're off to a
Given
good
how
start then.
rarely one encounters the folk, you are fortunate indeed
Ask for longer
to meet on
life.
Earth again. Or perhaps we are merely cycling around the
I would have
world
asked
and
for,
dipping into the same memories time and time again.
I would have asked for gold, except we've got that curse, haven't we? Where the money bag's cursed, so 10 max health. Nice. Goblins.
Funny little fellows.
Excalibur is a great film. I will have to take your word for that. I haven't seen it. But you know, you can't expect to wield supreme executive power just because some watery tart threw a sword at you. Come here, you little bastards. Give me back my stuff. They don't take a beating, do they? Is he summoning more goblins? I think he's summoning more goblins. Oh, maybe not. I thought he was. Like, he blew a horn or something. I was like, great, there's going to be more now. Well, off to a good start then.
One more step down, and we may see the end of this, or another set of stairs. This game is still only beginning. New rules, new tools, new abilities. We have far to go as yet.
Call for the priest. In a shady grove off the beaten trail, you find a traveling merchant looking to trade with wandering adventurers. Priests have some skill in tending wounds, but they excel at removing curses for a price. Hang on a minute, do we have that curse, the Moneybag's Cursed? Or is there just a chance we might get it as a card or something? I'm a bit confused, because I assumed it worked a bit like Binding of Isaac, where it's just a thing you get for this level that you have to just deal with, basically. Let's see. Oh, no, we can remove it. Okay, so it is there, Moneybags. Right. I want some food. I don't know how much longer this thing's going to last, to be honest, so... Although I've not got much gold, have I? Fuck it, I'll spend it all on 5 food. I'll go on then. Again, this is reminding me of Divinity Original Sin. Which, yes, I should go back and play. It's just, there are a lot of little things, and you'll know if you watch the video I put out. Even though I really do like that game a lot, like, I can't overstate that enough. Oops, wrong button. I thought this was Dark Souls and pressed the wrong button to fucking roll. Even though I do like that game, there are a lot of little things in it that annoyed the pants off me, and eventually I just gave up because it was getting too hard, because evidently I hadn't managed my characters properly. And not to mention, my characters were goddamn disagreeing with each other all the time, because they had conflicting personalities, which kind of wasn't really my fault, because I just didn't understand how that worked when I first started the game. You know. But it basically just made life ridiculously difficult. And so I stopped playing it eventually. It's good though. Like the turn-based combat, very fun. You know, when it's not too high level for you anyway, then it gets really painful. If you like tactical RPGs and you really get into that stuff and you consider yourself really good at it, then you'd fucking love Divinity Original Sin. But for me, I had to play it on easy difficulty, I'm afraid, just because I'm too much of a nub. Too much of a pleb, scrub, whatever you want to call it. Medium armor. I will take it. Oh god, now I've got loads of gold and I'm going to be weighed down. This will be the stairs, I reckon. Oh no, it's not. It's a helpful priest.
Priests, gods, and eternal damnations. I have no truck with any of it. Again, a token is at stake.
I have no truck with any of it. That's such a quintessentially English phrase. I don't think I've ever even heard it before outside of books. But like calling someone old fruit or old bean, it just doesn't really occur in speech these days. For a small share of your provisions, I will bless you in the name of the old gods. Half your food? Methinks not. Sorry, helpful priest, you're not very helpful. No, well, I'm sure you won't need the help of the gods where you're going. Farewell. He's a sarcastic priest, is what he is, not a helpful one. And a fat priest as well. Like, he wants that much food? Jeez. Hitch a ride.
It's better than trudging along a muddy road. Certainly.
You found a friendly trader willing to let you ride on his wagon. Ooh, matron. You have discovered the exit to this area. Hitch a ride.
What brings you to play the game? Ha! I know you will not tell me. Like all the rest, you are silent.
Okay, why do we have one up here and the rest are all along the left? Traveling healer. That's not very helpful. Pass it by. We're going through the food here, big time.
In every game. That initial moment where things begin. I have worked on these cards all my days, and the canyon has been there from the outset.
You're a very talented illustrator, Mr. Dungeon Master. I will give you that, if nothing else. You see a weapon glinting in the sunlight? Yeah, here we go. Yay! What do we get? Most of the weapon cards we've got in here are pretty good, so... Frostfang! Hey, nice. Equipment with this trait is imbued with glacial power. Lizard men are especially susceptible to ice damage. Damage 25. Each hit slows the target with cold. Press left bumper to shoot a cone of ice. Ooh! Nice. Definitely replacing the rusty axe. Fuck
really?
Yeah.
Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah, definitely, mate. It's a rusty fucking axe. What do you expect me to do? Rockfall. Oh dear.
A terrifying walk to get to the Queen. So many potential places.
While journeying near the coast, you hear a rumble overhead. Falling rocks force you to take cover. Attempt to dodge the rocks. Oh boy. Let's not get the huge failure, shall we? Oh god, we got the success. That was lucky. Dodge the rocks by ducking into a small cave. A few minutes later, you emerge and climb around the new rockfall. Sweet. You hear a voice somewhere above you. Did I hit him? Run up to attack the bandits. 2 monster cards. 3 of dust and 2 of dust. 5 bandits. I can handle 5 bandits. No problem. Ooh, sweet. Big old cone of cold. Oh, I tell you what. This weapon attack's nice and quick. However, I don't have a shield anymore, which is kind of annoying. Did I lose my shield? Did it disappear or something? Because I went to the new level? I don't know. Nice. That was very satisfying. Chains of Rage.
Chains for armor, as you will.
Well, it's medium armor, except with a nice add-on, so why not? Desperate measures, damage 32. This may inflict more damage the lower the health of the wielder is.
Because nobody ever anticipates being in peril. Such misplaced confidence is usually their downfall.
That's tempting, but I'm not sure. I think I'll stick with my Frostfang for now. Inventory. No, I don't have any shields. Shame. Guess it didn't carry over. Devil's choice.
In truth, though, all choices are the devil's choice. Even the choice to do nothing.
Right, let's see. Choose your foe. A couple of skeletons, please. Ah, yeah, he did this again. Now I have to fight the 3 of dust and the 2 of skulls. I should have picked the 3 of dust. Never mind. Devil's a bit of a cunt. What else is new? Also, I'm moving crazy slow. That's hilarious. Because of the fucking moneybags curse. Oh, I can't use Frostfang again until... Oh, right, yeah, the cooldown. Sweet. Oh. Nice. I have to admit, the combat in this game really feels like quite good, I have to say. It's fast, like faster than Dark Souls, but it still feels meaty like Dark Souls does. C.S. Lewis. Yeah, C.S. Lewis is crazy underrated, I have to admit, compared to, like, Tolkien, for example. That's probably because C.S. Lewis mostly did kids' books and Tolkien kind of moved on into Lord of the Rings, so...
Descend ever deeper into the subterranean pit.
But I mean, you know, I have a huge amount of respect for people who write children's books, you know.
On her trail, and more confident than I had imagined. Perhaps you will play beyond this mark, and we will see your true mettle.
I mean, sure, I've read, like, big epics like The Count of Monte Cristo, or, you know, artsy books like, you know, The Man in the High Castle or something like that. But, you know, I think back to when I was a kid, and I look at something like The Very Hungry Caterpillar. It's just as much of a fucking classic, you know. That's become an indelible and permanent part of the person I have become today, as The Very Hungry Caterpillar, you know.
Every game must include an element of surprise, wouldn't you say? Sometimes it is the human on the other side of the table. Sometimes the draw of a card or the roll of dice.
Dust. I really want a Shield game. How childish are the Narnia books? They were written ages ago, which means that even if it was a children's book, it's probably pretty solid by today's standards, to be fair. Like, The Hobbit is a damn good read if you're an adult these days. Back in the day, it was considered a children's book. You know, standards have certainly lowered since then. I'll be honest. But obviously, most of the main characters in C.S. Lewis's books were children, so they're very definitely children's books in that sense. So that might put some people off. I don't know, but I still think they're lovely. I used to have a bunch of audiobooks, actually, C.S. Lewis audiobooks on cassette tapes. I used to listen to them when I was a kid as well. On a little tape recorder thingy. Not tape recorder, what was it? Cassette player sat next to my bed, on my bedside table. Oh, those were the days. Cassette tapes, bloody hell. Whatever happened to them? One of your opponents isn't pretending to be dead? Yep.
Choose from these options.
Shield, finally.
Don't forget to counter.
Nice.
Must always be balanced by offense.
Oh, I've got 125 fucking gold. No wonder my running speed has been reduced to like a snail's pace. At least I can still get around by rolling everywhere.
A treasure chest. What more iconic emblem of success could we imagine?
Oh, Grimm's fairy tales. Fuck yeah. No, that's brilliant. That's just complete and utter, just perverted genius. Those things are. Treasure chest into the hall. Approach the treasure chest. Success! Yay!
As you plunder the secret,
This is going to be more gold that's going to weigh me down now.
New cards. Some you'll wish you'd left untouched.
Attempt to pry it open. Oh boy. Okay, more chance-based stuff. That draws you 4 gain cards. More gold, yay! I'm sure you're grateful for that, he says. He knows perfectly well I'm not.
And learn nothing in the process.
Give me a fucking shop game, please. For the love of Christ. No, fine, Dead King's Hall, wonderful.
Rubbing. I'm not sure the dead fighting back makes this any more dignified. Go on then, let's attempt to take them by surprise.
Huge success! Suddenly you leap into the fray, taking one of them down before they can even react. Let's get... Wow, they're both bandits, so I guess it doesn't matter. Oh shit, you gotta get rid of an entire card? I thought you could just reduce it by 1. Shit, I should have gone for the 4, never mind. Oh, this place has traps? Not good. I like him in a little conquistador helmet, by the way. Nice. That would have been a tough fight, if I'm honest, with 7 of them. You'd be surprised. Who was that just said that? Who was that just said? At least whoever just said it was the least Colonel Chestnut. You would be surprised. I have met people who disliked 1984 actually, and to be fair, they made some pretty good points while they were at it. But I mean, overall, I still think it's a good book for no other reason than it's become a sort of cultural thing, you know. People can point to and say we don't want to end up like that. But yeah, as a book, you know, I can see why some people might think that it's not so great. I've heard convincing arguments. I'll just say that. Damocles on mercenary contract. Damocles.
A classical approach to dealing with crowds. Artifacts give you powerful
Just excuse me a second, viewers. I want to get a drink. Thankfully, I have a bottle of water right here. I came prepared. Right. I'm supposed to be drinking about 3 litres of water a day at the moment. It's part of that diet I mentioned last time. It's actually harder work than you might imagine. Right. Map. What do we get? Bandit Attack and Queen of Dust, right. Bandit Attack, it is.
Make an enemy of one, and you've made an enemy of all. One can't help but admire their single-mindedness.
Oh, 2 of Dust, please. Please. Oh, you can't compare Lord of the Rings with Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is very much a product of the late 20th century, early 21st century, you know. It comes ages and ages after Lord of the Rings, and Lord of the Rings just, you know, it's not as complex or intriguing or compelling as Game of Thrones, in many respects, but Game of Thrones simply wouldn't exist without Lord of the Rings, you know, it's like John Carter of Mars.
Noble causes.
Looking back at it now, it's not that brilliant, but it paved the way for a whole load of other shit that was brilliant, so.
And send the queen to her rightful end.
Kind of like the original Conan the Barbarian books, to be fair. Queen of Dust. This Desert Queen is more lethal in battle and harder to kill than a regular bandit. Her blades are sharp, and she's frequently protected by a powerful crossbow. Oh, joy. The Bandit Queen was taken by slavers as a child and raised in the desert. Over the years, she has bribed and murdered her way to her current position as second in command of the Desert Thieves, proving herself capable of ruthless cunning.
Let us stake a token on their foolishness.
Alright, here we go. Here we go. Oh, that's what Damocles does. Oh my god! Oh, ow, ow! God, I had the max health upgrade. She's a scary lady. There's a fucking... Oh yeah, there's the crossbow. Allow me to just take care of that for you, madam. One less annoying thing to deal with. You know what, you can have a frost cone. Except you're already dead, so never mind.
Inevitable, I suppose. So often those who beat plowshare to sword die by the grim instruments of their industry. Still, she fought well and bravely, which is all I ask for my pawns and players.
The goblet. Sweet.
You have earned the first of the symbols of my power and passed the first gate. There is no turning back now. Previously I was merciful, but now I cannot be. It is begun. I crafted each of these cards over the course of years. You have taken them from me in mere moments.
Fool's gold. I have to admit though, when you talk about sort of like Song of Ice and Fire compared with Lord of the Rings, I find it very interesting that I don't know much about the universe, I have to be honest with you. I haven't read many of the books. I only read the first one, and you know, I've only obviously watched the series, but I get the impression that the world in A Song of Ice and Fire is kind of, well, my voice went really weird. That was very strange. I get the impression that the world in George R.R. Martin's books is sort of a bit like, if you can imagine a Middle Earth where all the elves have left and all the magic is gone, except for a few bits of it and some, you know, that's kind of what it feels like. You know, it's sort of a post Lord of the Rings fantasy world. You know, and from that perspective, I think it's kind of interesting. You know, where the grand and epic and magical has been replaced by sort of petty politics and that sort of thing, you know, because all the monsters have disappeared from the world. There's no Sauron out there anymore, so everyone just sort of turns on each other. It's not a particularly glowing recommendation for human nature, is it? But hey. Huge hammer, fleet cuffs, armor of gold. Or armor of cold, that's armor of cold. Can't read.
Come, play again.
I am tempted, Mr. Dungeon Master Man. I am tempted, but it is getting very late.